Hey guys, your boy Mark back on the video, here to give you my review of WWE Backlash 2025. The show just got off the air, and wow, that was amazing. I loved Backlash so much. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I know I've been saying stuff like this all year, like Elimination Chamber, maybe even WrestleMania for me personally, best Backlash of all time, period. The first Backlash show I ever reviewed was, at that point, the worst Backlash of all time, 2017. That was the first one I reviewed. Then 2018 Backlash was somehow even worse. I mean, as a whole, it did have Seth versus Miz, though. That was a masterpiece, a classic. And, yeah, I am still ill. But I have, actually been able to stand up since my review of SmackDown last night. Because, I had to go take a piss. That was at 4 a.m. I think. I went up to take a piss, and yeah, I was scared about because my issues right now, you know, um, but yeah, that was an amazing show. I'm so happy with how the show turned out. That main event, that was one of the best freaking matches I've ever seen. I'm not even kidding. Anyway, what is it to say? I forgot to say this in my SmackDown review, but I think it was the night before SmackDown. I was watching a bunch of movies. I just want to mention this real quick because this is kind of a good, nice memory for me already. While sick and down, I watched The Hangover Part 2, Hangover Part 3. Loved both of them. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did that when they showed The Hangover 3. When they showed the CM Punk versus John Cena match on The Hangover 3. I was like, oh my god, because this was first time watches for me for both Hangover 2 and 3. I've seen the first Hangover a million times. I just wanted to share that. And then I watched Vacation, the 2015 movie. I enjoyed it. I didn't absolutely love it, but I did enjoy it. What happened next? Then I watched a little bit of Scarface. I just went to watch the Chainsaw bit, really. Speaking of Hangover 2. Yeah, because Netflix had WWE. What happened after that? Then I watched an episode of Ben 10. This one had this animal guy. And I haven't watched Ben 10 since 2007. I'm not even joking. I loved that show as a kid. This had this animal guy who felt he deserved this award, and he liked to make giant mutant animals. Speaking of Ben 10, because that's a screensaver thing for Netflix. Yeah. And then all night yesterday, I watched Seinfeld. I started from the Chinese restaurant episode, and then I pretty much just watched the entirety of season 3. Seinfeld is so easy to watch and just chillax, and I really had a blast watching all these, man. Just wanted to tell you guys that before I get on to my review. Yeah, Backlash 2025, amazing, 10 out of 10, amazing. I loved it. But let's get on with my review of the actual show, shall we? Opening match, we have the Fatal 4 for the United States Championship. We have Jacob Fatu defending the United States Championship in a Fatal 4 against Drew McIntyre, who, if he were to win this match, he would become a Grand Slam champion. Damian Priest and LA Knight. Match from the get-go, this match was epic. Loved it so much. It was so much fun from the get-go. Just a lot of fun combos and just the perfect opener, man. Let's see. Drew and Damian went at it again. Uh, Drew hit the Claymore on LA Knight, but Damian once again, freaking like ghost of Drew's past or whatever they called him on the commentary. He cost Drew that win again. Drew went after Damian. They fought in the freaking crowd, and Damian did a South of Heaven off a thing in the crowd area onto a bunch of tables. That was epic. I heard that Drew McIntyre might actually be injured from that spot though, so far out. But after that, what happened after that? And then LA Knight and Jacob Fatu were basically going at it in the ring by themselves. Like Damian and Drew were like out of the equation at this point. We had LA Knight almost get the win. He got a couple elbows in there, and then he got and then Solo Sikoa came out because LA Knight was about to do a big diving elbow from the top rope to the outside, speaking of Seinfeld. On the table, Solo saved him, and then Jeff Cobb makes his WWE debut, and also helps out. And then back in the ring, Jacob Fatu pins LA Knight to retain the United States Championship. Epic match. That was already a 5-star match to open the show, honestly. And that's my post on Facebook. And so I guess you could see like where the main event ended up. So that was the opener. That was a 5-star match to me, honestly. And then we have the next match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. We have Lyra Valkyria defending against Becky Lynch. And you know what? This match was even better. Yep, I'm saying it right now. Another 5-star match. It was epic technical wrestling for like 20 minutes. And it just started, never stopped. Arm drags and all that. Submissions, roll-ups. It was beautiful to watch. It was incredible. And thankfully, Lyra Valkyria retained the Intercontinental Championship. And then Becky Hogan attacked her after the match, because of course she did. So it looks like a rematch. I figured Becky was going to win the title here. I didn't want her to, but she lost, thankfully. But she'll probably win the rematch. I hate to say it. But this match was amazing, 5 stars. Even better than the opening match, in my opinion. And you know what? It wasn't even the best match of the night. 2 5-star matches. None of those 2 5-star matches so far. None of them were match of the night. I'm telling you guys. Oh, and Logan Paul versus Jey Uso. That match was made official for Saturday night's main event. And rumors say, I'll get to that later. But yeah, that was awesome. Next, we go into the weakest match of the night for the men's Intercontinental Championship. Dominik Mysterio defending against Penta. It was a solid match. I enjoyed it. Good lucha stuff. But, very generic, something you could see on Raw, at the same time. But not bad at all whatsoever. Still a 3.25 star match, I would give it, honestly. Maybe 3.5, if I'm feeling generous. But in the end, it was funny when Judgment Day tried to get involved. Because Carlito came out to distract the ref, and then JD McDonough and Finn Balor came out from the other side, and then JD was like holding onto Penta, and Finn Balor was trying to get a chair, and then because Finn Balor took so long, that's when the referee was like, "Hey, you, out." WrestleMania. So that was pretty funny. And then what happened next? And they fought some more, and then Carlito came back to distract the ref again later, and then freaking El Grande Americano. If you saw WrestleMania, he put a metal plate thing in his mask, came out, bonked Penta on the head with the mask, and then Dominik Mysterio. I can't remember if he went for the pin. Oh, speaking of Backlash, can't remember if he went for the pin or if he did a frog splash or whatever his finisher was after that. But Dominik Mysterio retains. Yeah. But yeah. So that was still a good match, but easily the weakest match of the night in my opinion. And then we go on to Gunther versus Pat McAfee. I'm glad this. I can't remember what I said in my Backlash preview predictions, but I'm pretty sure I said that I might have said I hope it's a squash, but this did not turn out to be a squash, and I'm ecstatic that it didn't turn out to be a squash. Pat McAfee showed up, man. He really gave it his all against Gunther. Michael Cole got involved for a bit. Gunther tried to powerbomb Michael Cole. I can't remember if he did or not. Did he actually end up? I know he had him in the powerbomb position, but Pat McAfee might have stopped him. And then Michael Cole did grab Gunther's legs, and for a second it looked like that's how Pat was going to pin Gunther. And but no, he still kicked out. And then Pat McAfee tries to sleeper hold Gunther like Jay did at WrestleMania. Gunther reverses it, sleeper hold, but Pat McAfee's strong willingness, he's getting out of it, and then he locks it in again, and Pat McAfee passes out. Another great match. And this is still only the 4th best match of the night. Holy crap. There are only 5 matches here. Yep. Look at those angry wrecks. Cry, Smocks, cry. More angry wrecks. Cry, Smocks, cry. More angry X cry, Sparks cry. Look at those angry X cry, Sparks cry. I know I keep saying that. I could do that all day, but we gotta go into review. Speaking of that, main event. Main event time. Billed as the last time ever. WWE Championship. John Cena defends against Randy Orton. This match was everything. This match was epic. Car and elbow from the get-go. Amazing stuff. And the match just picked up and picked up and picked up. Excellent wrestling from both guys. John Cena went out. Looked like he was gonna like leave, like nah, like how a heel would. Very unusual for John. I know he says he's not a heel. He says, I'm not a babyface. I'm not a heel. I'm a human being. Where do I begin with this match? John did the attitude adjustment, but Randy Orton RKO'd him at the same time. Neither of them could capitalize for a cover. There were an AA from John. Randy kicks out. There was a bunch of RKOs from Orton, and either the referee wasn't there in time, or was out when he did those RKOs, and or he what am I trying to say? John just straight up kicked out. John kicked out of at least 2 RKOs. It was just intense. It was amazing. You really gotta watch it for yourself. The last, and honestly, in my opinion, this is their best match against each other. Best Backlash match of all time. Best Backlash main event of all time. Randy actually gave John the attitude adjustment through the announce table. It took the table a while to break. In fact, I think it broke when the camera was on another angle. And then Randy got out another table, like a table, not like a announce table. And he did another AA to John through that, doing John's own move. And John hit the referee, the first referee, with the... I think he bumped into the referee, and then he went into the steps, and then that's how he got hit for a while. That's how he was knocked out for a while. And then they went back in the ring, and John went back in the ring. And then, what am I saying? Then the second referee came out after Randy did one of his many RKOs. John kicked out. This is when John grabbed his championship and then accidentally knocked out the referee. And then Randy hit another RKO, but this is when Nick Aldis, etc., came out to check on the referee instead of another referee. Randy is pissed off. He RKOs the crap out of freaking everyone, Nick Aldis, all the security, and it was glorious. And he's about to do the punt kick to John Cena. R-Truth comes into the ring to save John Cena. And then Randy RKOs R-Truth. Then he's taunting R-Truth, I think, while R-Truth is on the outside. John Cena comes up behind. Boom! Low blow to Randy Orton. And then he grabs the championship again. Boom. Hits him in the head with the championship. Goes for the cover. The first referee finally gets back up. 1, 2, 3. John Cena retains, thankfully. And you remember on Tenacious D, that movie Tenacious D, when Jack Black was like, "You're never gonna get this fucking pick." For me, that's like me as a John Cena fanatic at Randy Orton. You're never gonna get this fucking record. You know what I mean? But yeah, epic, amazing, 10 out of 5 stars main event, best match of the night. Not even close. And that's insane because I'm genuinely, to me, there were 3 5-star matches. Best Backlash of all time. To me, no, best Backlash of all time, period. 10 out of 10. And the GOAT, the Unseen 17, what an awesome nickname that is. John Cena remains champion. Loved Backlash. Loved every second of it. And I loved it. 10 out of 10. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah. That's going to be my review of Backlash, yo. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'm your boy, Mark. And, yeah. So I'll see you guys later. Peace out, y'all.